G'day YouTube, my name's Lance and welcome to Bundy Bears Shed. Well, what have we been up to? Never a dull moment in Bundy Bears Shed at the moment, always something going on. And the weather at the moment is going to shower again today, so I'm trying to get in a stew early. You can hear the birds. The birds are outside yip-yah-hooing. It's nice and early, it's about 6:30 in the morning. And it's quite muggy. It's part of our wet season started, and we've gone from really dry to sort of a bit humid at the moment. So the nights are nice. The nights are 10, 12, 14 depending on which part of the cycle, and the days are pushing up towards 30. But looks pretty good. Yeah, not too bad. But last time I was talking to you, we were ready for our camp in the paddock with all the nephews come up, and yeah, our friends from Brisbane, and well, we had a blast. I didn't film any of it; it was just too full on. Yeah, and we had the grandkids for the weekend as well, so we were sort of on duty all the time. But look, it was a great camp. There was about 25 people roughly, and yeah, we had some turned up Friday. I think we had four lots turned up Friday, and another one Saturday. Then the nephews that had to go and work at the mines, they had to leave Sunday to be back ready for work Monday. And so look, it was a great catch up. Well, we played up, yeah, some great videos. We played battle shots, and that's not bad fun. Drew bought this battle shots game, and it's just a table with a heap of squares and a board in the middle, and you put shots of, well, we had Canadian Club and Bundy Rum Liqueur, and I think it might even been Tia Marie, Malibu, and things like that there. So you get a few glasses and you hide them, stick them where you want them, and you had to do 3 in a row, and yeah, the other mob's got to guess where your ship is, your ship of 3 shots. So when they guess it, you get to bloody down them. So they're pretty shit guesses, some of them, and I'd have bloody something on the side just to have a drink in between waiting for them to find it. So but look, that was great fun. We had a lady, Joanne, come up from down south, from Brisbane. First time she's been there, and she broke her foot. Sunday morning, Deb had her bundled up in the car at 5:30, and I saw them go out the gate, and I thought, geez, that early, must be going to get some milk or something. But yeah, she got pissed, and doesn't know what she'd done to her foot, but next morning it was all swollen, and yeah, broke 3 little bones in her foot, so she's on crutches for 15 weeks or something like that. So that was about as bad as that got. But on Monday, all our guests left, and it was just starting to shower, and we'd heard that there might have been a bit of rain come through, and it was just starting to shower, and I had the Colorado out with the awnings out the side and the Queensland Tractor Spares tent, and nephew Ray, he had a 6x3 metre gazebo there, and he's left his caravan in my yard. I've got to take it downtown and get it repairs where he hit a kangaroo, and so we left that there. So he said, oh, would we like to have the gazebo for the extra day or two for our guests, just to keep shade? So yeah, okay. So Monday morning, everyone packed up, and the mate said to me, oh yeah, you want a hand to pack that up? And I said, no, it's a bit damp, I'll leave it a couple of days and let it dry out, and when it dries out, I'll pack it up, dry out, rather than put it away on Monday. Then Wednesday I'm out putting it up again. I thought I'll just leave it there, and away we go. Well, unbeknownst to me, the rain started coming in heavier and heavier and heavier, and about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that, the rain was quite heavy, and I had to look outside, and Ray's gazebo had a little bit of a bow in it where it was starting to collect water. So I thought, oh right, I'll grab the umbrella and I'll whiz down there, and I'll get rid of that water, and I'll prop a ladder or something up under it, if I can't tighten it all up more. So well, it just poured. Yeah. From when I saw it to when I got an umbrella to run down to do it, the whole thing collapsed. And there's just a twisted metal heap in the paddock at the moment. I've got to go and get it today. And yeah, we had this rain, and we had the entire October's rain, and well, we had 340 millimetres in an afternoon, in about 6 hours, 5 or 6 hours. And yeah, Judy and myself, we're down under these bloody awnings and all that, and I'd put them on an angle so the rain would drop off. Then the Queensland Tractor Spares one, I had a ladder sitting up there, on the top of the ladder I had a block of wood, then I had a rack with a bottle on the top just to hold it, because the rain, look, it was just pouring down. It was just amazing. And it washed all the driveway. I've got a little bit of a clip of that where it washed the driveway, and I've since been up with the loader, not yesterday, day before, and fixed that. And but where we were camping on the flat on the paddock there, it rained that hard that we had 4 inches of water right through it, and it was just amazing. I've never seen it like that. And we were averaging 2 inches of rain every 20 minutes, and it did that for 210 8 inches worth. And yeah, where the dams are there, you couldn't see between the dams. It was just a sheet of water. And yeah, just amazing. So wrecked Ray's gazebo on him, and I felt bad about that. So I thought, oh well, you know, I better go and get him another one. So anyway, BCF, boating, camping, fishing in town here, they had them on special. So from 400 and something or other down to 375. So I raced in that afternoon and bought one while they were on special. And so Ray's got a nice new gazebo, and we've kept the top for him. And he does mustering cattle with it and things like that. So so he can put the old top on the new frame, and away he goes. But Jude's been looking at the frame, the mangled mess, and with the extendable legs and all that, and she said, oh, that looks a bit bloody handy, that. So I think I'm getting a job. I think there's a job coming. Probably about just putting a little 4-post thing up for over a veggie garden that we can shift around, but we'll see about that. See how we go. But yeah, she's a few words coming, yeah, about how handy it looks, and you couldn't throw that out. And so anyway, we'll see. She might have a $375 bit of sunshade for her veggie garden. So anyway, I've got all the camp packed up, and it took until Wednesday afternoon for everything to dry out enough that we could go and pack everything up and get it away. So I've just got to go and get the tangled mess off the paddock there now, and a bit of wood, and away we go. And I got this I got this neighbour up the back, and God, he's a knob. And anyway, it was very hot and dry with the with the camp. I'd had pallets of wood cut, you know, so we had plenty of wood for cooking and things like that. And we're just setting up, and I had pallets of wood and a fire ring, which is it's a 38-inch tractor rim, 18 inches deep, and I've got a little cooking frame on it to hang a jug, and a little barbie plate on the side just for putting some stuff on them. And anyway, I had that set up, and I had the wood there, and there's a couple of branches I dropped down there to try and burn while we had the fire going, and I had fire extinguishers there, and I usually have a big 20-litre bucket of water near the fire somewhere, so if often when you first start, you'll get a little grass burn around the fire ring, and I usually let it burn for a foot or two, and once that's burnt around there, well, it's not going to burn anymore. You're quite safe. So anyway, we're setting up camp and having a few beers, and you know, just greeting everyone that was coming. And you know, your first night camping, you're all a bit excited and you drink a bit much. And anyway, we're all getting ready to cook tea and all that. And next thing I got the fire brigade, rural fire brigade coming in, and 3 of them. And so I walked up with a beer, and there you go, fellas. And I said, yeah, good. They said, you're having a big bonfire here. And I said, no. He said, oh, it's not what we've heard. You've had one of your neighbour up the back there has reported you for having a big bonfire, and you haven't rung him, you know, you haven't got a permit. And I said, oh shit, I said, we're not having a bloody bonfire. I said, yeah, come down and have a look. So anyway, I invited them all in, and yeah, we had a wander around and a look and a yarn, and yeah, good blokes. And yeah, so the bloke up the back had seen a bit of wood, and see, in Queensland, if you get a fire permit, you've got to go to the local fire warden and get a fire permit. Then you ring your neighbours and tell them you're going to have a fire, just so they're aware of it. And then before you're about to light a fire, you ring QComms, and that's the government department, and you just say, look, I've got permit number 123, I'm about to light my fire, and they just register it. So if someone rings up and says there's a fire on such and such an address, they say, oh, that's all right, they've got a permit. And so, you know, they don't get people out of their homes to fight this fire unnecessarily. So anyway, the bloke up the back, God, he's a knob, and so he'd seen the branches and all there, so he rang the government, rang the QComs and reported that we're having this big bonfire, and we hadn't rung him to tell him that we're doing it, and so the chances are we didn't have a permit. So QComs had a look. No, we didn't have a permit, so they sent the trucks in to sort us out. But and the law says that you're allowed to have 2 square metres. So yeah, so 2 metres this way, 2 metres that way. You can go 2 metres in any direction with a fire, and you don't need a permit. And so with our 38-inch rim, we're way under that. So these blokes come, and the lady come with them, and they had a look around, and they were nice, and they took photos of it all, and they said, well, the story that we got told and what you've got here, completely bloody different. And yeah, so they went away happy. They took a photo of everything, and what they had to do was take photos of, and they were pleased. They took photos that we had fire extinguishers at each side, about 20 foot out of the fire each side. Then we had the bucket, then we had shovels, and you know, we'd slashed the whole paddock around and mowed it to make sure there was no long grass around. So we'd done everything possible, and I said to them, well, you know, I had a look at that morning before I come home. I actually had a look at the government site, see if there was any fire bans, and there's none in our area. But they were telling me it was that dry at the moment that they weren't actually issuing permits unless it was, you know, you had to burn an animal or something like that. So anyway, so we got off to a start with one of the neighbours dobbing us in, and bloody had the fire brigade and all that come and have a look. But they hung around for a yarn. They couldn't have a beer because they were on duty, but yeah. So they said, yeah, look, you're right, we can't see anything wrong here, and have your fire, and you know, obviously you're aware of what can happen. And they said if a hottie gets away up into the paddock, just ring 000 immediately. But we didn't need a permit, and we could continue cooking and doing what we chose to. So that got the day going, the camp going. But so we got it going with that. Then the next day we had a broken foot, and the next day we wrecked an awning. So never a dull moment, but God, it was funny. It was a great camp. The cousins all got together that hadn't been together for some time, and yeah, it wasn't too bad. But in doing that, we didn't get up the shed to do a stew last week, which yeah, there was just no chance of doing it. It was just full on. Then on the Monday that I thought I may have an opportunity to do a stew, well, that's when we had the storm, so you can't film in here with that going on anyway. So, but apparently we're getting showers this arvo, so I'm in early having a little crack. So we'll see. But yesterday I come up to the shed, and I thought I'd, after watching Harold from Amateur Redneck Workshop work on his arbour press. If you remember back a bit, I started on my arbour press, and I just got carried away with some of my tractor work with Sparex sponsorship. I felt I had to give them a bit of value for money, and so I haven't done the arbour press. So excuse me. As per Harold did the other day, and you see quite a few of them on YouTube, I'm going to knock the bottom couple of teeth out of here. Now, when you lift it up into the yoke, I turned this down so I can make a couple of little adapters for it for doing water pumps and things. And so if I knock some down here, down this end, well, when I lift it right up to ratchet the handle around, anything I got here will drop off. So I'm actually going to come up a couple of teeth and do it, and that still gives me plenty of room. I've got the big 3-ton one, so I've got buckets of room. So I got ready to machine these off. So, and in doing that, I've got the handle here, and I noticed with Harold's the other day, when he lifted when he was playing with it, his handle fell out, and they've got a little lock screw in the side on the rack, not on the rack, on the pinion, where the handle goes through, and you've got to undo the screw and let the handle drop down and grab it, and he's dropped out. So I've got that set up in the lathe over there, and what I'm going to do is drill down the guts of it. I'm going to put a detent spring in there, then I'm going to pop this in the lathe, and I'm going to put a detent groove here, here, and here. So hopefully, if I get it right, we can pull the handle out and leave it hanging, it won't fall off, or you can leave it in the middle and the handle won't pull out. I haven't quite worked out yet how to have it so if someone pulls the handle out, the spring doesn't go boing and the ball goes shooting across the workshop. So I've got to work on that a little bit yet. I'm thinking of doing a screw where the ball is, just getting a Allen head grub screw and just boring it so just a little bit of the ball sticks out, or actually turn up a round detent for it that's captive, that it won't go out. So I've got to think about that a little bit yet. So, but yesterday, yeah, I got set up to come up the shed yesterday and do that. But it's Monday morning now, so on Saturday evening we had Adele, the daughter, over. It was her birthday, so we had her over for dinner and yeah, just had a yarn and a good time. And you'll see I've got a little get out of jail card free, get out of jail free card here. I should take that off, but anyway. Saturday evening I woke up with severe back pains, right down the right hand side, lower back, about level with my stomach, and it was aching like buggery. And anyway, I thought, oh bastard thing. But I didn't know it was so crook really, but anyway, so I ended up in hospital on Sunday morning and had to go up to Bundy Bears Hospital, and I never go to hospitals and shit, like I've got to be near dead to go, but something was telling me this things weren't going to end well with this thing. So anyway, it started at 3 o'clock in the morning, and by 8 o'clock in the morning the pain was pretty crook. I was spewing and I couldn't hold water down for Panadol or anything like that, and had this pain. The pain come from around the backbone there, right around the side, then down into my groin, and and I was having cold sweats, like I was just I was walking around and just sweating. I'm thinking, what the bloody hell? And anyway, about 8 o'clock in the morning, I felt there wasn't something right, so I said to Judy, how about, I think I might go up to the hospital and see, look, because what, bloody must be crook if he's going up to hospital. And so anyway, I went up to the hospital and I'd had a kidney stone, and yeah, a little kidney stone got stuck in my kidney and dragged through and down, and yeah, so geez, they give you a hiding. And yeah, so I went to the hospital with it, and they poked and prodded and all that sort of thing, and it turns out I've got a high threshold to pain, and I didn't know why I was sweating, and I thought, oh geez, I hope I'm not having a heart attack. But I was up walking around. I wasn't dizzy or anything like that, but the pain was cracking on pretty well. And so anyway, I went up to the hospital and they chucked me on a bed, and I was sort of comical. Yeah, they said about your pain levels and all that, and by then, I'd driven in. Jude said, oh, she'll drive, and I said, oh, no, I'm good, I'll fucking drive in, I'll feel a bit safer. And so anyway, I drove into the hospital with Judy, and we waited in the waiting room and went in, and by the time I got on the bed there, I wasn't starting to feel half bad again. And so anyway, they do these tests, and I had to go and pee in a bottle for them, and they come back and they said, oh, I think you've got a kidney stone, there's blood in your urine from where this stone drags its way through your kidney, and they got little rough bits on them. And so after they sent me for a CT scan, so I went down the tunnel and had one of them, and come back out, and they were taking my blood, and because I'd been vomiting, being crook, my blood pressure wasn't a lot of blood pressure, so they dug 2 needles in my hand here, but they couldn't find any blood, but there would have been some there. But anyway, they had to dig a hole in here. Yeah, the lady says, God Christ, you got tough skin, and which I don't know why, because I sit in an office all day nowadays. So anyway, I got tough skin. They took blood out, and they went and did sugar diabetes tests and all that, and and yeah, they're on to me, what medication you're on? I said, nothing, I don't have any medications, and I have an aspro before I go to bed, and to help thin the blood, to help with strokes and things like that, because Grumpy Dave got told if he had that he would have been right, so he wouldn't have had his stroke. So anyway, so they sent me in for a CAT scan, and it turns out, yep, kidney stones. So the one that was giving me the curry, that I was in there for, it had worked its way through its kidney, and it was sitting down in my bladder there, and it was waiting to be peed out. And so he says, I've got some good news and some bad news. He said, yeah, there's that one's passed. He said, but you've got to pass it yet, you pee it out. And he said, if you pee into a bit of like a strainer sort of thing, but he said 2.5, 3 mil or something like that. So it wasn't a big one as they come, they're only little. And so anyway, that was good. And but he said the bad news is, he says, you've got another little one on each kidney sitting up the top there, that'll probably come through. So, oh Christ, not that again. So so anyway, they checked for diabetes, and they checked for all sorts of stuff, and they did a ECG, I think it is, electrocardiograph thing, and they put all these patches on me and hooked the wires up to test my heart. And the reason they did that was because I was telling them that I was just sweating, and I was sweating like a pig when the pain was on. And so anyway, yeah, so my heart's good. I haven't got diabetes. I got a nice little thing to take home. And yesterday afternoon I was feeling great. Yeah, I'd come through it all, and I was going good, and I must have peed the other one out. Then about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, well, the other one must have thought it was lonely there on its own, so it come through. So, pardon me. So yeah, so with the help of me Panadol osteo that I have for me dicky back, yeah, I got through that. They take about 5 or 6 hours to run through. So yeah, so every time I started getting these cold sweats from the pain, I'd bloody settle it down. So anyway, I went to bed last night and feeling all right, sort of thing. And this morning I'm good, so I'm up the shed. So 2 gone, 1 to go. So who knows when it'll go, but it'll probably give me the shits when it does for a few hours, and we'll be off and racing again. But at this stage, they're all the same size, and they're only little. So yeah, not much shed time. I've been laying up, just having a bit of a holiday in hospital there. Yeah, so but we're out and racing now. So look, we'll see what we get up to with the stew for today. I still feel a bit doughy today, a bit washed out. You know, I'm not clicking my heels together, but we've got a bit to do. I'd probably like to move forward with this arbor press a little bit if I do, and we'll see how we go. So stay tuned, and I'll just see what I can chuck in here for you. Right, we've got to take these 4 teeth out, which seems a bit of a waste taking so many, but because I've decided to do this system down the bottom here, that'll work. And look, that leaves us, you know, we still have, what's that, 10 or 11 inches, 11 or 12 inches of travel there, so the travel will remain the same, so I'm happy with that. So we'll just crack on and crank her up and see how we go. Lock up the thing and well, there you go. Well, it's not too bad at all. It's got a bit of a line there, but you can see it, but you're flat feeling it, so it'll be fine. Right, where the
where the plate goes here, a little bit of rocking going on there. There's not so much this way, but I can just see there's a little high spot down through here. So we'll get a little Banggood sander going. It's been good, this little sander. Bit off in the side. Where's that touching? Just there. Okay, excuse the compressor noise, you sort of can't have the air without that happening, but that's a little bit there, but I might. I'll just take a little bit there and we're done. I'll try and bring it a little bit closer. And we'll work the ratchet. And you'll see here, with me holding that up, I've still got this snout down, so if I make an adapter of some sort to press a universal joint or something like that, we're okay. So there you go. That'll probably be all this week. I'll have a look and just see what we get up to. I have to drill out here and put a detent in there yet and do the handle, but anyway, we'll see how we go. Well, I went down the paddock and picked up all the bits and pieces off the bent gazebo. All the broken pieces and all the rubbish here. Bent bits, and there's still some more broken bits over here. Well, I sat there looking at it and I thought, what a waste. So, follow me around. I got all the good bits I could find and I've made a 3 metre one. The old gazebo was 6 metres by 3 metres. So I've used all the bits and pieces out of it and it made a 3 metre gazebo frame. So I see on eBay I can buy an Austrail Wanderer heavy duty cover for about $90, so I might buy that. And there we go, we've turned a shit situation into something a bit decent. Well, this is where the storm came through the other day. That's where Jude's got a little Yaris parked, and Galley Dog is helping inspect the work. But yeah, it filled the front yard up, and she washed all down the driveway here. And that's right down to the clay. So it looks like a little job this morning, fixing all that up.